Hey there team, we're going to have a look at how to use a Boolean modifier to cut out some text from inside a shape in Blender. We'll start out in a program that can make us vector images. I'm going to use Inkscape. I'm going to grab the text tool, click, and I'm just going to write my name, Mr. Spence. Hit Control A to select all, and I'll go ahead and pick a nice font that I like the look of. Oh, there they go. We'll grab one of these ones that I downloaded, and I'll make it a bit bigger. Alright, with the select tool, this one at the top, we can also resize it. If we want to keep the aspect ratio, we have to hold down Control while we do that. So this is currently font, so we need to turn it into an object. So we click on it, we go Path, Object to Path. It's now, if I double click on it, a bunch of nodes all connected by lines, which make this shape a vector image. Cool, I'm going to go ahead and File Save As. I'm going to put this straight into my downloads because it's a nice empty folder. I'm going to call this my name and save. So now it's in my downloads folder here. I'm going to go to Tinkercad. We can do this in Blender also, but this is a much faster way of doing it. We're going to go Create New Design, and it'll load us a new Tinkercad project. You'll notice it's given it some strange name, so I'm just going to rename this to Mr. Spence, or the text that's going to be showing up. Cool. So it's an empty work plane. We're going to import, and we can import an STL or an OBJ, so those are 3D models, or an SVG, the vector image we just made. Alright, so I know that it's in my downloads, so I can import the entire artboard or the entire page, but I'm just going to click on art, which is just the name or just the image itself. I'm going to hit import. It'll take a quick minute. There it is. Looks good. I'm going to click on top to view this from the top, and I'm just going to resize it. So, well, I personally didn't need to, just so that it's the entire size of my work plane here. Cool as. The color doesn't particularly matter, although you can change it if you want. It will make the color this color in Blender, but we are going to be deleting this object anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to go export, and we're going to export it as an OBJ file, an object file. I'm going to put it straight into my downloads. Yours might automatically download it. Alright, so here we have that zipped up object file. So yours may look a little bit different to this. This is because I have a program called WinRAR on my computer, but I just need to right click on it, and we're going to extract it. Now, because I've got WinRAR, it says a few different things here, but you also say extract all near the top. So I'm just going to hit extract files. This is saying where do I want to extract it, because it's WinRAR, and it's made this folder for me. Inside of this folder, I've got two things, my OBJ or my object file, and this is the material. Alright, let's jump into Blender. Okay, so here's a nice starter Blender. It's just got the cube, it's got the camera, and of course the lights, as we can see in the side here. All I'm going to do is go File, Import, and this type of file is an OBJ file, so click on that. I know it's in my downloads inside this folder, and I'm going to import the OBJ, the tinker.obj. It's pretty big, but there it is. There's my name. Now, because I want to cut this out of that little cube down there, I need to scale this thing way down. So I'm going to hit S for scale, and moving from an outer position closer in, scale it down. Now, it'll be easiest for me if I look in the front, so I can either click on this little green thing here, or I can click 1 and scale it, and I want it to fit wholly inside my cube. Check the sides, not poking out. Perfect. So now I want to drag this, because currently it's in the center, with the G for grab, but I don't want to move it randomly. I could probably get it, that's pretty good, but I want to move it exclusively along this green line here. So I know that is my Y axis, so I'll hit Y, and I'll move it so that it's half in, half out of my shape. If you need a thicker piece of text, you can hit S for scale and scale it along the Y axis and make it longer. And then of course grab and move along the Y axis. Okay, so here's the new skill. Here's the something new, using a Boolean modifier. So to begin, we're going to select our actual cube itself, the shape that we're going to cut into. I'm going to go to this little cog here, sorry, it's a wrench that says modifier properties, add modifier, and a Boolean. Alright, so yours may look slightly different to mine, but it'll give you 3 options, probably along the top. We're going to select difference, which will be the default, and then under object we're going to select our text object. Double check that it is the same name. Mine's obj_0. This is selected obj_0. So to check if it's working, we can actually just hide this layer, and we notice that it is cut into my shape. But this isn't actually set yet. I'll keep this hidden, but I will move it with G. Oh, I'll unhide it and move it with G. I'll select it first, and we notice the cut isn't still there. That's because we need to apply it. So mine just says apply. Yours may have a little drop down right here that you need to click on and then hit apply. I can then just delete this text because I only needed that for its shape to cut into this shape. So let's set up a very quick render scene for this. We'll go to the last one to show what's being rendered. I can't see this text, so I'm going to need to move my light into the front so then I can see the holes. And I'm going to go render image. If I'd like, I can also add some material to this, maybe change its base color, or if I really want to, I can add an image or something like that. But render image. Cool. Now this is all good. We're going to go File and Save, and we're going to save this, surprise surprise, right in our downloads. We'll give it a name called Cube, and we'll hit Save Image, Save as Image. So now in our downloads folder we have our cube image that we can upload or email to me, so I can see how you did. Alright, so that's all for this small video on how to cut shapes out of other shapes. The next one will be how to set up your scene.